Not our call.
Aren't you the planning commission?
We are the planning commission, but it meets our requirements.
Not your
It
call.
meets our, it meets all
No,
our
wait a
requirements.
second.
That's what Jack just said, I'm
He
sorry.
didn't.
He did not say that.
I said, it meets our requirements.
Okay, is it good planning? That's my question.
That is not our decision to make
That
it,
is not-
whether
okay,
it's good
that's
to put
what
it in
you
that
said.
location.
That's-
Don't you quote me out of context.
Our decision, that's what I've got, all right. I did have a little bit confused in what I had at first. I think I've got you accurate.
Well, no, I think you don't. I think you're being unreasonable.
No, I
and
think
you're being
I do.
biased in your report. That's what he said was that.
Aren't you the planning commission?
We are, but we have a saldo that was approved by the commissioners that we have to follow.
There we
It's
go.
a county ordinance.
See, what I'm asking is what other folks are
Well,
gonna
you need
ask.
to let me
That's
finish.
not bias.
You need to let me finish.
I don't like being
what I
accused
want to
of
say.
bias.
Well, you are. The questions you're asking are.
No,
And that's
they're
why,
not.
if you would let us finish our
Because they're the
answer,
questions that these folks
you
would
need
ask.
to let me finish speaking before you do.
Well,
Are
I
you
thought
done?
I thought that
Are you
particular
done, or
comment
would
was
you like
finished.
me to continue?
Please continue on.
Okay, well, the interview's over. See,
The
the
Saldo?
interview's over. These people aren't speaking to you anymore. We're done tonight. Or do you want to
Speak to
listen?
those folks?
The meeting's over.
All right. I'm asking questions.
No, you're not letting
I-
anybody answer, and you're jumping in and interrupting people.
Well, no, I'm sorry about that.
Well, no, you're not,
But
because you
what
still
I'm
do
getting
it.
is half answers, and I want to make sure they're complete.
Well, ask me a question. And then let me
Okay,
answer.
you were speaking about the Saldo. The Saldo was approved by the commissioners,
There are two things that control what we do. The municipality's planning
the
code
MPC, okay.
in general, and the saldo that's enacted pursuant to that, to the municipality's planning code. Now, zoning is not our issue.
Right.
If there's no zoning in the area, we can't decide whether this project goes there or it doesn't. Use
Not
zoning
raising
has
zoning.
nothing to do with us.
I know.
Okay, well then why were you asking if it was good planning?
I'm not asking about zoning, I'm talking about planning.
Planning, yes, we cannot control uses of property. That is,
Exactly.
there's nowhere that you can find that.
And I understand that you're abiding by the municipality's planning code and by the county Saldo. But that doesn't answer the question whether it is good planning for this project to be placed along that roadway in the way that it is and with the considered increase in traffic.
Let me ask you, think about what you just asked me. We told you we have to follow those laws.
I understand.
No, well, then why did you ask the question? I don't understand the question.
Because it
if
goes-
we're applying the law we're supposed to apply, what difference does it make if it's good planning or not? There's nothing preventing the project from going there.
Okay.
And we can't just throw up our hands and say, we don't think it's a good idea, so don't do it.
what
We
I'm-
would be overturned in court in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I understand that as well.
Okay.
Would be okay.
If we
I'm
didn't
trying to,
follow-
what I'm trying to draw out is your side of this story. In other words, why the commission acted as it did.
Okay. No, and
I'm-
what we did
I'm
was.
not trying to be biased here.
Okay. I can tell you, I don't know why they voted the way they did. All I can tell you, and whether they want to discuss with you about their vote, they're more than welcome to do that. All I can tell you is that my opinion was given based upon court precedents and the statutes. And the only issue that was before them to decide was whether, and the objections that were raised, in addition to the drawings and the plan itself, was whether that roadway in front of that project and the entranceway to it were safe. That's the only thing we can decide. Any other safety issues have to be addressed by PennDOT or the township on those roads. And if they decide to do something about it, or the landowners want to take their argument to them, they're the proper people who should be addressed, not the planning commission.
Well, see, my question may have sounded a little pushy, a little rude when I'm asking if it was good planning or not. And it's not a matter of what. There's another side to that question. The one answer, as you've given, is that you can only act on your authority as given by the MCC and the Saldo and etc. But there's an overall overriding question on whether, irrespective of your authority or ordinances or laws, whether anyone here has an opinion on whether it's good planning or not to put this facility in this particular place.
Yeah, well,
Follow the seller.
I will take anybody's personal opinions. The board is itself, it's not gonna make an opinion without some sort of vote or other, and that's not what I'm asking for. But if anyone would like to comment on that side of the question, that's what I'm trying to ask.
The only thing is, the question doesn't make sense. There's no planning issue, because if the people of Piney Township wanna have zoning, then there becomes a planning issue. What somebody does with their property that has no zoning, has no deed use restrictions, is entirely up to them. There's no law that controls what they do. If they wanted to put a manure factory in down there, there is no law that prevents it from going in. We don't control that if it does.
Yeah, I understand, and as I thought I explained, that's not what I'm asking. I'm asking whether it's a good idea to put that thing there.
What I'm telling you is,
I was asking for people's, you keep giving your legal opinion and rationale, and I understand that.
That's what this board does.
And I understand that, but I'm wondering if anyone here has a personal opinion on whether that is good planning or not. I mean, it's up to you. You don't have to answer that. You're, as a board, that's not your job. But that's not what I'm asking. I'm not asking the board. I'm asking the people that are in here.
But see, when you ask the question, is it good planning? There is no planning. There is nothing preventing those people from putting that in. So it's not a question of
I
planning.
understand that, and like I've tried to explain, that's not what I'm asking.
Okay.
No one has an opinion on it.
I think that we as a group don't let our personal opinions get in the fact of the goal of approving a subdivision ordinance according to the settlement. We do not allow personal opinions to come into this, because then, and that is why Mr. Burns abstained, because he may have a personal opinion. Mr. Kettner abstained on an issue tonight, because he may have a personal opinion.
I don't think that's why they abstained.
Well, that doesn't make any difference. We do not take in, as a board, we do not take into effect, we deal with one thing, we deal with objective things, and that is our subdivision land ordinance.
And as a board, you've made that decision, and I certainly believe that you didn't let your personal opinions interfere. But I was asking the people here personally what their opinions were.
It would be my recommendation
That's
to
all
you
right.
as a board that you